Okay, we should be live. Let me just check everything's working okay. We're going to press the flip to mirror. That's better, so it's the right way around. Now I've got you in my tripod, the magnetic one, so hopefully you can see that. We're going to be using this. In fact, can I move this back a little bit? Do you reckon? I know why I've done it. Right. That's the best I'm gonna get, I think. So I'll try my best to show you everything. But welcoming everybody. Cooking Saturday. The kettle's on in the background because I'm just boiling some water for my pasta that we're going to do. So we're going to make a spaghetti bolognese. We'll just wait for people to join and then I will make a start. So it's not going to take too long. We might do some questions, some trivia along the way as well. So just wait for people to join. I do like having the position of the camera here. Hello Michelle, welcome in. So hopefully you can see everything. I've charged my phone up so it shouldn't go off. So do share out guys, and if you love cooking make sure you follow. Tap the little follow button at the very top. So we're just waiting for Brenda to join and Anne, and then we'll make a start. So I've got my pans here. This is one of the Nadia Hussein Prestige pans, really good quality. So we're going to use this one, and then I've got my this is like a 3 steamer pot, so we're going to do some pasta in there. I'm so glad that was clean inside because many times I've shown that and I was like there's been something inside. So hello Anne, good to see you. Hello, is everything okay? Can you see everything okay? So I was just saying I've had to put you in this corner so everything you can see, but you can only see the first 2 hobs. We're going to do a spaghetti bolognese. My kettle's about to boil. Make sure you're following Anne Rush, everybody. Hello Brenda, good to see you. So hopefully you're all well. Anne's just made a really nice risotto. Yeah, so what I was saying with the peas is usually whenever I make anything, whether it's like fish and chips with peas or just some vegetables, I always put them in my steamer. But if it's the last step of the recipe, I always put it in really early because sometimes I've had frozen peas, so I'm always like, make sure you put the peas in early. But anyway, so today guys is Cooking Saturday, and every Saturday, well not every Saturday, but for the last, is it nearly 5 years? It could be 5 years actually. Yeah, I think it's 5 years, you know. I think we started in May or June, so it could be 5 years this month of doing Cooking Saturdays, where creators from all around the world, we come together, we have like a theme, but nowadays it's more just open book theme. Cook what you like. If you want to get involved, just send me a message. We have like a little group. I'll add you to that, and then we organise the day. So who's on at a certain time, and on the hour, every hour, we have somebody come live and cook. And so we've gone from, unfortunately we have lost a lot of people. That's just over time. So, but if you do want to join and cook on a Saturday with us, then just drop me a message and we'll sign you up. And it doesn't cost you anything. It doesn't cost you anything. So you learn different recipes, and you know you might have a favourite recipe you want to show the world. Just get in touch. So we've got Brenda up next. Anne was on before me, so make sure you're following those. Thank you for the gift, Brenda. So, and also if you've never been live before, it's a great way to meet new people and, you know, just show what you love doing. If you love cooking, you know, do that. So, but today I'm going to make a spaghetti bolognese. So we'll get started, okay, because it might take a while. So I'm going to first of all start with my pasta, because you want really boiling water with pasta. So let me pop this water in. Okay, and it's been ages since I've last cooked properly live. I think the last time I cooked, well, it was actually this week. I did actually come on secretly, but I didn't do. What was I making? I think I made a bacon sandwich. So really hot water. We're going to put it on the stove. I'm going to get that boiling. But for Cooking Saturdays, the last time I cooked, It was 2 months ago because last month, I apologise, I had a really bad throat and a cold and a cough, and I just felt really, really bad on that Saturday, so I didn't cook. So apologies for that. Let me just turn this on. I've got 2 hobs here that work, these 2 here, and then these 2 on the left don't work. And then I've also got some garlic baguettes, and these are from M&S. So I'm going to cook both of these. These just take 12 minutes. So in about 10 minutes time, I'm going to put the oven on. So the main oven, which I don't usually use because I use my air fryer quite a lot. Anyway, now you want some salt. So the trick to the best spaghetti or pasta is salt. So we're going to pop some salt in here. These are great, these salt shakers. These are electric ones. So just put loads of salt in. I'm using sea salt. I think it's the Celtic sea salt. So really get enough in there. And then we're going to pop that on. And then you don't put your pasta in until it starts to boil. We've got some garlic here. Well, we were talking about this on Anne's broadcast. We were talking about Anne about garlic. So we've got plenty of garlic. So if you like garlic, tap the screen. Let's see if we can get up to, let's get to 1,000. So get tapping that screen, guys. It helps push out the live stream as well. Put plenty of garlic there, which we'll be adding in. So now let's get this started. Now I'm not making it all fresh. I'm going to cheat. I'm going to cheat because I've got a pasta sauce. So this is just like a Bolognese pasta sauce, but you can make it yourself with like passata, onions. I'm going to be also adding some carrots in here as well. So really all this is tomatoes, tomato paste. So passata, tomato puree, water. This also has onion, carrot and celery, so you could add that in, and garlic puree, and then it's got the extras in. So it's probably better to make it yourself. So yeah, I agree, Brenda, garlic is definitely healthy for you. Okay, so we're going to start then by heating that up. I've also got my beef mince here. So this is beef mince. Don't worry about the date on this because it's been in the freezer, so it's defrosted. Anne says I use pasta sauce to add tomatoes if they need it. Yeah, that's a great way, Anne, definitely, to make your own pasta sauce. I'm not sure if you can freeze it or not. I think you can freeze it. Right, I'm not going to add any oil in here. Actually, I will show you the oil. This is a new little oil bottle I've got. So just a few sprays on there. Although it depends on the meat that you're cooking with. So it will give off a lot of fat, but you can just drain that off anyway. I love this bottle. Just quickly going to show you this new bottle you can get. You push that lid and then you can pour the oil. It's great for like barbecues as well, this. Push that down and then you just push that and then you can spray it on like I've just shown you. I'm going to put the light on. Might be a little bit better in here. So let's add in the meat. Okay, I'm going to use all the meat because I do like meat. So let's cut this, get this in here. So this meat, I don't know, there's only one place I think it's Marks and Spencer's that don't vacuum pack the meat. But all the supermarkets in the UK now are doing this where they vacuum pack it. So if you are fed up of this meat, I do have a little tool, a little gadget, because look at that. It looks horrible, doesn't it? Oh my goodness, look at that. So what I'm going to do, you might want one of these, and it's thanks to our good friend Alexis. Do you remember Alexis? Well, I only spoke to her today actually. Do you remember this little gadget? In fact, do you remember this one? Well, I finally got one. I got it a couple of months ago. So it's the Pampered Chef version of this is called the Mix. Is it Chop and Mash? Mix and Mash. So all you do is just push it, turn, push it, turn. So if you've only got, say, like a Tesco or a Morrison's, or say you don't have an M&S, and you're watching this in the UK, and you're fed up of the meat, you want one of these little gadgets. You remember it, Brenda? It's funny, every time I think of Alexis now when I use this, and it's like every time I cut, you know, use my knife, Alexis is there in the background. If you don't know who Alexis is the original Cooking Saturday what, to think of the word, chef, I guess, pampered chef. So all those years ago, and I do invite Alexis. I know she's busy doing other things, but maybe one cooking Saturday she will come live. I've got a fly in this kitchen, so I do apologise. Luckily it's nowhere near the food. So just mix and mash, mix and mash. And if you want to buy one of these, guys, do you want me to put it up on the... Well, there's no point me putting it up on the screen now, because you will... TikTok does have its rules for shopping. If you've got an item on the screen on the live, they like to see it at least every couple of minutes. And I'm only using it now, so go into my showcase if you want to buy one of these. It should be there, unless it's sold out. If you don't see anything on there, it's because they've sold out. So I'm happy with that. Okay, into my hot water. So we're going to cook that off. Okay, and then I'm going to put the oven on now because I want my garlic breads to cook. But I'm now going to add, I'm going to prepare some carrot. So let me just move this out of the way. So it's fairly easy recipe, this. It's not too difficult. Try and read some of the comments as well. You need a big kitchen, Anne. I think we all need a bigger kitchen, don't we? I get a little bit jealous, you know, when you see these TV programs of all the food, and they're always in their big fancy kitchens, and I think, you know, but we're used to, aren't we? We're used to cooking in such small spaces. I'm actually gonna do it slightly differently, you know, today with this carrot. I'm gonna cut it up for a change. I'm going to cut this up, make it into small little cubes, so you can actually see what I'm cooking. So, well, you can't see that at all, can you now? You can't even see. Can I turn it a little bit? There you go. You can actually see my carrots now. So I'm just going to cut them into little rounds. Don't worry, this is not on, before anybody tells me that it's on. And I can actually read the comments as well, which is good. What is this I'm eating? So we're cooking a spaghetti bolognese. And the English way, in fact, a spaghetti bolognese I don't think is actually Italian. It's not an Italian dish. I think it's a British dish. But a lot of Brits didn't follow the right way of doing a spaghetti bolognese, or an Italian dish. Because they... people didn't used to have the spaghetti in with the meat, so as soon as you put the thing that makes it Italian apparently is putting the spaghetti or pasta into the pan, something like that anyway. So I'm going to add carrot. I'm going to chop these up really finely, so take each round and just cut them into little quarters, and then the sooner these go in, the quicker it will cook. Thank you. Oh, thank you for the gift, Sam. Thank you for the hearty talk. The ice cream. I could do with an ice cream right now, actually. Weather's not been too bad here. It's when the sun comes out, it's really warm. The problem is it's the wind, and it has been a little bit chilly. I've had to wear a jacket and a coat, which is quite strange for June. So I was going to tell you as well. So I'm going on my travels again. Not too far. For those who do the crossword, they know already. But I'm going to a place called Cleethorpes. So I'll be doing some videos there. So Cleethorpes it's very close. Brenda, you'll know it. It's near a place called Grimsby, which is just across the Humber from Hull. And I should just congratulate Hull. They've just won the Challenge Cup, which is the rugby league. Rugby league? Yeah, I think rugby league. Down at Wembley, so well done to Hull. So if you like your rugby, then and you're from Hull, Hull KR. So yeah, I'm going to Cleethorpes, staying in another caravan. So I'll show you that caravan. If you saw the one that I went to in Blackpool, well, I said it was in Blackpool. It was near Blackpool, a lot of comments, which generated a lot of the traffic, over 250,000 views, because a lot of people are saying it's not Blackpool, it's Fleetwood. Not Blackpool, it's Fleetwood. The one that is actually in Blackpool, the caravan site, is actually near the park. It's near the Stanley Park that I went to, which is, you know, where you saw the swans and the pigeons and the geese. You could actually get an ice cream there for £2. I thought that was really, really cheap. Right, let me add these carrots in. Let me just give this a mix. Always use your silicone spatulas as well. I need to do a video for the silicone spatulas again, because I see a lot of people cooking still with just stainless steel forks and stuff like that. So just break it up. Make sure this is nicely cooked. The water's starting to boil, but I'm not going to add in this spaghetti yet. And then at this point you can also add in lots of different spices. Anything you make with meat and you want to add flavour, just add in your spices. Add your garlic in, add your, you know, meat spices, and trust me, it will, if you're doing like a barbecue this summer or something, or you're cooking for your family or your friends, it makes a huge difference to your cooking if you add your spices in. But remember, the most important thing, never ever leave your spices in too long, because they'll burn, and then that's what makes the food taste horrible. So welcome back, Anne. Do you like the view? Actually, I love this view now with so you can actually see everything, and it's all thanks to this. I've got a bigger one though, a little magnetic tripod holder. So this is the smaller one. Oh, sorry, the one that I'm using now is the larger one. It just depends if you've got a big phone, and it just stretches, and you can. They're brilliant, these guys. If you want to do live streams or just want to do some videos and you've got something that's magnetic, get one of these. You can get them online really cheap, or you can buy them in my TikTok shop. So they're only about £7, really cheap. So you'd think that something like that would have been around years ago, and they kind of were, but you don't think about them. Now, I'm just going to make sure this meat's fully cooked before I start to add anything else in. Because sometimes, you know, when you have like a little bit of meat and it's around the edge of the pan, and you think everything else is cooked, but it might not be, because you've covered it over with something else. I'm quite picky like that. And yeah, this recipe I was watching, I actually follow, if you're not following them on YouTube, they're called Butler's Empire, and they're actually from Lincolnshire, believe it or not, but they're originally from London. They've lived up in Lincolnshire for over 20 years. They actually lived near Bill, and I'm sure Bill's probably seen them filming. So if you want to see where Bill lives, near Boston, and actually Boston Stomp, and we know about Boston Stomp, don't we, guys? Because of Melanie. Then they do go there quite frequently as well, and you can find the videos. But they do cooking videos and all sorts. And yeah, she put chicken soup into her bacon and meat. What meat was she cooking with? Chicken, I think it was. She did the chicken, then she added in some bacon, then she added in, I think, a bit of spice and garlic or whatever, something else. And then she added in chicken soup, and I thought that is a genius idea. To make like a pie filling. But yeah, I know you guys, and you said that your pie mixture is like a quiche. Are you in the corner watching you cook? It's a song. Watching you cook, la la la. It's a song, just rewrote it slightly. I'm trying to wonder what that song is now. And now, how does it? Is it an actual song, or you just made one up? Right, you can all see that anyway, but let me just give you a close-up. These pans are really good. Really good. I do have, and I'm very fortunate to have what are they called? The Crusoe pans. But I haven't used the Crusoe pans for ages. Right, I'm going to add these carrots in now. So it's only one carrot, guys. Just get that in. Okay, we'll give that a mix, and then we're going to add in Brenda's favourite ingredient, which is garlic. Hope these are alright actually. These ones are not looking too good. Let me just see if I've got any others. I've got some others here. Anybody else do that? You know, when you get your garlic, you put it to the side and then you open a new one. Right, let's do this. Yes, I think next month, we're going to do baking as the theme. So you could bake in your air fryer, you could bake in your oven. I think you could even bake on your stove as well. I hope this one's all right. This is my garlic press. Not the one that's on the floor. So I got this one from IKEA, and I've had it for about, it must be over 5 years old. So yeah, you just pop the only thing is it's a little bit small. Anne's is quite a big garlic press. Although I do have one similar to Anne's, but it's not as good as this. Look at that garlic, instant garlic. Can't beat garlic, so mix that in. You can't beat a spaghetti bolognese though. Yours is pampered chef. I remember yours, Brenda. You'll have to show us on the live stream. I think that's why I got one like this, because do you know, it's funny, I've not seen one similar like this in IKEA. I do occasionally pop in and have a look around, but I've not seen one, because if I see another one I'm going to buy another one. Because whenever you start using something and it breaks, you think, I may never be able to get one of them again. So I always try to get two if I can. What I'm going to have to do, let's see, I think these garlics are alright. No, they seem a bit empty. Check these ones. You know when your garlic's quite, oh, they dropped it there. When your garlic's quite light, you know there's nothing in it for some reason. Let's break that up. Yeah, it seems quite light. I think that's enough garlic anyway, I don't need too much. Got another one here. Yeah, that's very light as well. It's a good job no vampires are about. We'll go with this one. I'm making such a mess, so you'll have to forgive me. Let's try again. There it goes. There we go. Pop that in. It's quite a lot of garlic, but I do love my garlic. How's your risotto, Anne? It did look really nice. I think I missed the last 2 minutes of your live stream because I was just washing up my dishes and then I went back and you disappeared. I think. Because obviously I had to get set up. Right, so I'm just going to wash that. Give it all a mix. And then we'll move on to the next step. Right, let's put in the pasta because the water's boiling. You can see it there, just there. I went to get more risotto. Okay. So how much spaghetti should you have? Well, I've got some here. This is just from Aldi's. So I'm going to use the rest of this, but I like a lot of spaghetti. It just depends on how much meat. So because I've got I think it was 500 grams. I'll pop that in. You can just see it there. And I just let it naturally cook and fall into the pan. So I'm going to add a little bit more. Hello Raheem, good to see you. Raheem does a lot of reviews as well, so make sure you follow Raheem. There's a lot of creators on TikTok Shop. There's not massive amounts of people, but Raheem's one of the, I'm gonna put it, one of the, I like to call original creators, who started when I started and when TikTok Shop first started. But he reviews lots of other products as well, so lots of different ones that I don't always get to review. So are you cooking for two? So I'm cooking for two, yep. But you can use this also as a way to batch cook, which I think is always better. Why don't waste your energy, you know, power and costs by just cooking one meal. Make it so you've got enough meals for, you know, for a couple of days. And you can then store them away as well. Hello, Jess. Good to see you. Right, so that's starting to... I'm going to turn this down, actually. Right, let's add in some spice. So remember what I said about spice. You want to make sure it cooks, so it brings a little bit more flavour. So I've just got some mixed spice here. This has... and I've got some Italian spice as well. But I'm only going to add a very small amount. So a bit of cinnamon, bit of ginger in there, allspice, cloves, nutmeg and coriander seeds. I love adding mixed spice as well to smoothies because it does give off such a nice flavour. Right, next thing then, I'm going to add... Actually, I'm going to give this a try. It might sound a bit crazy, but chicken seasoning. Ooh. So I'm just going to add a little bit of chicken seasoning in, just to see how it tastes. So add that in, because I actually don't think I have Italian seasoning. No, I don't have any. So that's got a little bit of salt in there as well. So you don't want to cook it for no more than about a minute. So any spices you add. Oh, it smells really nice. Chicken seasoning, it's like a meat seasoning, isn't it? So any all-round seasoning is really good. Right, I'm going to put in I'm putting the sauce, and then I do need to put these garlic breads on. These only take 12 minutes. These are from Marks and Spencer's. Oh wow! Look at that! Oh, look at that, guys! Oh, look at that! Baguette with garlic. Let's get this into the oven. Very, very hot. Actually, it's not. I'm actually going to only have to put one in because I don't have the space. I'll do the other one separately later on. Okay, right, let's add in the sauce. So in goes the sauce. So you could add in peppers if you wanted to, you could add in onions. What else would you add to your bolognese? Put it in the comments and let people know. And I usually would add, in fact I will add a little bit of water. Just a very, very small amount, otherwise you don't want it running. Add that in. I liked what Anne did with her risotto by adding white wine. That was a really good addition. You could probably add like a red wine stock or red wine to your bolognese as well. Courgette, that's a good one. Courgette. Oh, this smells really good. Got a close-up, guys. I should say I put the oven on. I'm going to turn it up slightly. Usually if I do it in the air fryer, I put it on about 180 degrees because you don't want it to burn if it's a baguette, a bread. So 180 is fine as well in the oven because you want it to cook. You don't want it to be frozen in the middle. It just depends on if it is frozen or not. Mine was not frozen, so it won't take too long. 12 minutes max. Just keep an eye on it and you'll be fine. You could probably add tomatoes in this as well. So right now what I'm going to do, Would you like a little bit of a quiz? Shall we do a little bit of a quiz? Someone give me a topic, because I've got a new game for you actually. So it's a quiz, but what I do is I give you a difficult question. So I'll give you a difficult question and then I give you an easy question which has the same answer. So if you don't know what, if you don't guess it by the difficult question, you get it by the easy answer, okay? So we'll do, I'll get a few generated questions. Okay. And then you have to answer. Should we make it food related? Oh, we've got sports. And do you want sports? I'm not sure if everybody likes sports. So let's do. I'll do 10 questions with answers, and I want an easy question and a difficult question with the same answer. What should we have the topic on? Travel? Okay, let's have the theme. Normally what I would do is I'd say you have to guess what the theme is at the end, but we'll have the theme then. In fact, what I'll do is I'm going to do it general knowledge. Sorry, Brenda. I'm just thinking of everyone that is you know, join the live stream. Okay, this is a good one. Right, first question then, here we go. What colour is associated with the political ideology of environmentalism in most countries? What colour is associated with the political ideology of environmentalism in most countries? Okay, and your easy question, what colour is the grass usually? What colour is the grass? Grass? And when you said earlier about garbage, I can put my teeth back in. What colour is the grass usually? So the answer is green. Well done, everybody. Okay, number 2. Which company revolutionised smartphones with the launch of the iPhone in 2007? Which company revolutionised smartphones with the launch of the iPhone in 2007? I think Brenda's got it, Anne's got it. These are the difficult questions. Okay, what? You can't see me, there I am. I'm too tall. I'm just going to shrink. There we go. Ah, you can see me at last. Okay, what fruit is known for being red and often given to teachers? Brenda, you should know that one. Do they still do that? Do they still do that? Yeah, you got it, guys. The answer is apple. Of course it is. Okay, number 3. What was the name of the ill-fated luxury ship that hit an iceberg in 1912? What was the name of the ill-fated luxury ship that hit an iceberg in 1912? Okay, it's more of a link question, this, not really the same answer, but what do you call frozen water? What do you call frozen water? This is smelling really good now, guys. It's starting to... It smells really nice. It's got a really nice smell to it. Yeah, the answer is Titanic and ice. Well done. Question 4. What term is used in boxing to describe a light punch intended to provoke rather than knock out, often referred to as a blank punch? Any guesses on that one? Someone's going to get that, I think. So what term is used in boxing to describe a light punch intended to provoke rather than knock out, often referred to as a blank punch? It's not tap, it's not uppercut. Join your easy question. Just checking my pasta because I want it al dente. So I'm going to turn off the pasta. Okay, your easy question, same answer. What do bees make? I think I nearly give you the answer then. What do bees make? Did you get it? Not right-handed. What do bees make? That's your easy question. I'm just draining the pasta off. There's the pasta, spaghetti. You could add extra herbs into this, or add a bit of salt, or anybody got any suggestions of what you could add to spaghetti to give it a bit of flavour? See what I have got actually. I have got some of this roast potato seasoning. So I'm going to add a little bit of this in because it's got in here. It's got semolina, sea salt, ground pepper, yeast and dried onions, so it could give it a little bit of taste. So I'm just going to add it in. Gives a little bit of colour as well. Oh, I think I've added too much. I'm just going to mix that in. It's going to go into the... It's going in here anyway, so... Oh, it smells really nice. And don't forget I'm going to be adding some cheese in here as well. Scroll up the answers. Oh. Honey is correct. Well done, Anne and Brenda. So yeah, that's the answer for the boxing question as well. Right, I'm going to add the pasta in. Okay. And then get rid of this. And we're going to use the tongs. So this is when you probably say, why don't you just put the meat on top of the pasta? I've got one more question for you as well. Okay. Thank you everyone for the gifts and the shares and the follows. I will start coming live more, probably from July. Okay. So we'll do some more live streams. In fact, I've got two extra live streams maybe this next couple of days because I'm trying this for the first time. We're going to be making Wagamama's chicken ramen. So we're going to be doing that, which looks really interesting. I've never made a ramen before. I've had a ramen and they do taste really nice. I've made similar food obviously when I've done HelloFresh and Simply Cook all those many years ago. I've got all the recipes for those and I really want to do them all again because I've got a few recipes from HelloFresh that I really enjoyed making. So, like Vietnamese pork and stuff like that. So we'll do them again. So that's your pasta. I'm going to turn that off now. Make sure everything's turned off. Keeps it all nice and... it's huge, isn't it? It's yeah, we're gonna have to do a live, definitely. Definitely. Right, just pop that on there. So while that's getting hot, now there's two things you could do. You could just plate that up, put cheese on the top, or you could do what I'm about to do now, where we get some cheese and we're going to put it in the dish. My God, I can't remember. I've just looked at the time. That's gone super fast. Super fast. Let me just check my garlic bread. Oh, it's getting there. Getting there. I think I'm just going to give it another 5 more minutes because it's on quite a low temperature, so it's not going to burn. Right, let's get the cheese going. Cheesy. So don't forget, make sure you follow Brenda, everybody. Brenda's going to be coming up next on live. So So if you love cooking, we're going to continue the cooking train with Brenda. Darby's busy today. Darby would also be live. And also Bill's busy as well. Bill also comes live. Darby and Bill both come live on Twitch. So they're usually in the chat. So let's get a bit of cheese. And the reason I'm doing this is so I can bind the spaghetti and the meat together, because it'll just form a nice, cheesy pasta. I don't always do this, but just get it in there, turn it. And also another little tip for you is if you're doing pasta where you're leaving it in the pan, you can add a little bit of olive oil. In fact, you could add a bit of olive oil to it if you wanted to. And that just gives a nice flavour, and it just stops it all from sticking as well. But I'm going to be adding more cheese. Hello Lucy, good to see you. How are you, how are you today? Did anyone see the chicken chow mein that I made as well? That is worth watching, that video, because if you've ever got any leftover rice, you can add it's usually rice that's being left in the fridge, I believe, over 24 hours, rather than fresh rice, but you can still do it both ways. And you add your chicken in, you add your soy sauce, and then add all your peas and carrots and stuff, and it's really nice, really tasty if you've never made a chow mein before. Was it chow mein? No, so not chow mein, chicken fried rice. Just think, what on earth am I talking about? So that is done. Right, I'm going to plate up now. What I'll do is I'll plate one up, plate the second one up, we'll taste it, cut the garlic bread up. So, look at that. Here's a question for you. Do you put your spaghetti bolognese or pasta on a plate or in a bowl? Plate. So plate for number 1, bowl for number 2. Oh. Loads of meat. You could add mushrooms to this as well. That's another thing I thought you could put in. So bowl for Anne, bowl for Lucy, Brenda. Oh, plate for Brenda. There's loads here. But like I say, if you make quite a lot anyway, then you can freeze it, have it for your lunch the next day. You can heat it up. So right. What I'm going to do now, let's move that forward, although that's still hot anyway, but I need to take the garlic bread out. Let's show you the garlic bread, because it's very hot. It's definitely cooked though. I've had to put it in a glass dish, but you can see there, look, so that's the garlic bread. It's very, very hot. I'm just going to have to make some space, try not to burn myself. In fact, what I'll do, I'll lift it out with the tongs. Right, I'll lift it out with the tongs. Oh, it's actually really easy to break up. I'll just show it, there you go, that's what it looks like. Let me shut this. So let me just cut that up. In fact, I can show you. There we go. So that's the garlic bread, fresh garlic bread baguette. Hey Alexis, good to see you. Thanks for joining. I did drop you a message, probably. I don't know if you got it or not earlier. So, but Alexis is in, everyone. Say hi to Alexis. So that's the garlic bread. Let me cut this up. I've got a pizza cutter. That usually works, but I'll just use a knife to cut this up. And then obviously you want more cheese. Who likes the ends of garlic bread? I love the ends of garlic bread. So, yep, cooked in the middle. So I always put a nice side of garlic bread on the plate. There we go. And then we're going to finish this off with a little bit of cheese, because as I say, you cannot have pasta without cheese. You see that, guys? Oh, and it'll just melt into the pasta, although we've already done that anyway, but that might look like a lot, but I tell you what, it's a really hearty meal. So that is the spaghetti bolognese with fresh baguette garlic bread. So I'm going to plate up the second one and then we'll eat it. So give me 2 seconds. Okay, so I'm going to just plate this up. This is going to be mine. Okay, so same thing again. Pasta. Lots of meat. I think some of the pasta dishes that are the HelloFresh ones, they were a mix of like beef and was it pork? I think it was pork. So if you want to, you know, I think it was like sausage meat. You can take like sausage meat and then put it in with your, I think that was like for a ragu. So if you're doing ragu, you can have a bit of, just take a normal sausage, take the meat out and then just fry it off. This smells amazing. I don't think I'm going to be able to eat all this. It looks amazing. But yeah, I would normally add like a red, you know, red wine stock cube if you can get them. Right. It does smell really nice. So remember, I added the extra like M&S potato seasoning into the pasta. And then I added the chicken seasoning, that's what it was. So I'm going to add some cheese on the top of mine. That's just going to melt in. And then we've got the garlic bread. So let's try the garlic bread first. So this is M&S garlic bread. It was from the freezer section. No, was it? Yeah, no, sorry, it wasn't from the freezer section. It was from the, they have the aisles and it was in like a fridge section with like near the pizzas and everything. But it was the, I couldn't get the baguette from the bakery section, so we'll try this one. I think it's the same thing. Here we go. Oh, that's nice. Fresh. Oh, that's really good. Oh, you can taste how fresh that is. That is really, really nice. Right, let's try the pasta. Let's try the pasta then first, and then we'll try the meat. So what I've done is I've just like added something different to each of the, you know, take a traditional spaghetti bolognese, but added a bit of spice to it. Well, not spice, but yeah. So let's try the pasta first. And it's got cheese and potato seasoning. There we go. Oh, don't fall off the plate. Right, I'm going in for it. Here we go. Oh, that's lovely. Pasta is al dente, which is what you want. Cheesy. It's got a slight hint of the onion powder that was in the potato seasoning. That's also got semolina as well. I know I should use a spoon, but it's cheesy as well, which is what you want. Fully cooked, really tasty. That is really tasty. Right, now for the meat. So this has got that chicken seasoning with a pasta sauce, tomatoes. Here we go. Ready? Mmm. Oh, that's delicious. Really, really nice. So I'm going to go and eat this, guys. Thank you once again for joining me. Brenda's up next. And I'm having to... You can't see my face when I'm talking. thanks, Alexis. Alexis, we're doing baking next month, so wouldn't it be amazing if Alexis came and joined us and cooked something and baked something, and maybe you've got something Pampered Chef that you need to show, so you know where I am. So Alexis is going to join us next month, hopefully. Right, I'm going to go and eat this before it goes cold. Brenda's up next, guys, so I'll see you in Brenda's live stream, and I'll see you then. Bon appetit, au revoir, alverici, whatever you say in Italy. See you later. Take care, everyone. I'll send a picture as well. Bye.